And we'd like to welcome everyone into the nightcap. The men's game, the visiting Loretto Mustangs against your Community Vikings. The starting lineup for Loretto is number 3, Kylan Wilkerson. Number 11 is Kason Springer. 13 is Mason Tidwell. Number 22, Grant Fisher. And number 23, Jadam Aaron. And then I'll turn it over to the PA announcer for your starting 5 for Community. So again, we'd like to welcome everyone into the Roger Kemp Brothers Gymnasium here in Unionville, Tennessee. The Loretto High School Mustangs are coached by Greg Tips, and the Community Vikings by head coach Hunter Farrell. The starters for the Vikings, as you just heard, Lawwell, Haskins, Williams, Powers, and Toshio. So we are ready for the tip, and we've got it, and it's basketball time and Community. So Haskins with it, gives off to Williams. Williams drives, cut off at the free throw line to Toshio. Now to Lawwell. Lawwell pulls up, jumper, and that one off the back of the iron. Rebound belongs to Tidwell. So Tidwell will bring it across the timeline, being guarded closely by Lawwell. Now they'll swing it across to number 23, Aaron. And now Aaron gives it off as it finds its way into the hands of Wilkerson, and now they'll swing it around the horn. Now they give back to Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives, and he's cut off at the block. They get it out, and now the ball momentarily into the hands of Fisher. Now the 3, too much arc. Rebound, it will stay with Springer and the Mustangs as they throw it out of bounds. 7:10 to go here in the first. We have no score, and we appreciate you tuning in tonight and deciding to spend your night with us here. 7:07. Again, we're just underway as Haskins brings it across the timeline. Gives over to Williams. Williams with it at the top of the key. Now gives over to Haskins. Haskins back to Williams. Williams comes off somewhat of a little screen. Now drives, puts it up, and that one won't go as good defense by the Mustangs. And coming out of there is number 23, Aaron, who will give off to Wilkerson. And now they'll give it back to Aaron. Aaron, spin move, and they swing it around the horn. Wilkerson finally with it as that pass is intercepted by Toshio. 2-on-1 the other way. Haskins lays it up. Yes! The kiss off the glass. We'll get a quick timeout. 6:29 to go here in the first. Just waiting on the official there. Now we'll take the break. You're watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in. 6:29 to go. 2-0 Community with the early lead. Haskins getting his first points of the night. And a quick whistle as a foul's going to be called on Haskins. That obviously will be his first. So a little bit of full court pressure, but broken quickly by the Mustangs. Driving down. That one won't go. Rebound Wilkerson. Yes. And what is the whistle about? And they're giving a little bit of a warning to Powers as they're trying to keep the dramatics down, if you will. And he was trying to draw the charge, but no contact was made, but Powers decided to fall anyways, so that's what that is about. Haskins with it. Meanwhile, the score knotted at 2. Haskins drives, kicks out. Toshio, three-pointer, and that one rims out. And the rebound going to go to number 22, that being Grant Fisher. So Fisher will give it over to Aaron, and Aaron will motion for Wilkerson to come up and take it. 5:48 to go. Tied at 2. Wilkerson will swing it across, and now gives the ball over to Tidwell. And now he'll get it back out front, that being to Springer. Springer now over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson will dribble. Tidwell thought about it, now back out to Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives in the paint, stolen away by Jonathan Lawwell. Now the ball is loose at midcourt, and a travel has been called. So good effort by Lawwell to pick the pocket, but just could not get the grips on it. And now some quick substitutions for Loretto. Into the game is Saber Franklin, number 42, along with, trying to get my eyes on the other gentleman who just came in. That is number 30, Sam Brown. So the two big men coming in to set up shop down low. Meanwhile, Tidwell with it. Tidwell being guarded closely, now drawing a little bit of a double team at the top of the key. And he momentarily gave it off to Aaron, who gave it back to Tidwell. Tidwell, and Lawwell is all over him. Unbelievable defense by Jonathan Lawwell. He's quicker than a gnat. And finally a foul is called down low. Will that be on Powers or will that be on Toshio? And the foul indeed is called on Andrew Toshio, so the sophomore picking up his first. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first period. And it is knotted at 2 apiece. Wilkerson has it, but picked up his dribble. Big mistake. Finally hands off to number 23, Jadam Aaron. Aaron with it, gives back to Wilkerson. Wilkerson looking down low, and a foul going to be called on Haskins as they were trying to force it down to Saber Franklin, the big center. He is actually a freshman, but he is quite the load of a young man as Carson Boyce will come into the basketball game for Community. Meanwhile, number 22, Grant Fisher, will check back in for Loretto. So Aaron will inbound and gets it over to Fisher that just checked in, who gives back to Aaron. 2-2 the score, 4:37 to go here in the first. Tidwell with it, drives, Powers, tried to play defense, and he does. Good job of moving his feet. I thought he was going to draw some contact, but he was able to deter the shot from Tidwell, and it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the purple and gold. So they'll inbound to Lawwell. Lawwell gives over to Williams, who goes back to Lawwell. A little bit of pressure by Loretto, but not much of a threat. Williams gives it across the timeline. Now Powers, three. Bottom! Josh Powers! And Community with the lead, 5-2. And Powers, giving up his body, is in the front row. Good effort by that young man, but unfortunately Tidwell able to come down and gain position around the block and puts it up off the square. The score 5-4. Jackson Williams with it on the right wing. And now he'll pull it back out as he looks over to head coach Hunter Farrell to get the play. And now he'll swing it to Lawwell. Lawwell drives, kicks, Powers, three, bottom! Deja vu! Powers with his second three to go down, and the score 8-4. Fisher with it, now they'll swing it around the horn. Aaron has it, now back to Fisher, gives to Tidwell. Tidwell on the right wing, picks up his dribble, gives to Aaron. Aaron draws a little bit of a double team, they get it down low. The big man can't get it to go, and it will go over to the purple and gold. Excellent defense by number 32, the sophomore, Carson Boyce, as his presence was made known as number 42, Saber Franklin, was having to work his way around the defender, and Boyce altered the shot enough. So back with it comes Community. They have the 4-point lead. Lawwell drives, floater, won't go, rebound loose. Williams finally gets grips on it, but a travel has been called, excuse me. So Aaron will have it across the timeline. Looking for Fisher. Fisher's got it on the right wing. Coming off the screen, and nothing is called as they get it down low. But Franklin can't get it to go. Excellent defense by Powers, as Powers is doing it on both ends. Gets it out to Lawwell. Lawwell swings back to Powers. Powers thought about it, now gives to Williams. Williams swinging across. Toshio. Nice look to Boyce. Boyce, Powers. Powers works it. Great ball movement. Boyce has it. Three-pointer. Toshio. Bottom! Excellent ball movement as they make all the extra passes. They get it to an open Toshio, and he buries it from downtown. 11-4. Loretto with it. Tidwell, three. Can he answer? No, sir. Too tall. Rebound, Aaron. Thought he came over the back of Powers. No call. Lawwell knocked it away momentarily. But finally, Tidwell with it. Lot of contact. And Loretto, the fans, getting a little restless. They want a foul called, and they're going to get it. So Lawwell will be called for his first infraction, as Loretto will get back in some of their starters, Kaysen Springer along with Kylan Wilkerson. Meanwhile, the Vikings will stay with the five they have. The score 11-4, 1:46 to go. Been some frantic action, but it is awesome to see the guys when they're clicking. The three-pointer, that's going to be short. Wilkerson couldn't get it to go. Lawwell's going to push it. Lawwell puts it up, and it will not go. Rebound goes to Franklin, knocked away. Williams, yes! I know it's not a word, but a little bit of stick-to-itiveness, and the score 13-4. Amazing defense tonight thus far for the purple and gold. Wilkerson gives to Aaron. They finally work it low, and it goes off the knee of Franklin because he was being defended closely by Boyce. Franklin will check out, and into the game for the Mustangs will be number 30, that being Sam Brown, the sophomore. Some pressure from Loretto, but quickly broken. Toshio with it. Swings it over to Williams. Under a minute to go now. Williams. Toshio to Boyce. Boyce draws the double team, throws it away. Intercepted by Springer, who then double dribbles. So we'll take the turnover. 50 seconds to go, as we have a couple of substitutions. Back in for Loretto will be Fisher, and in for Boyce on the Viking side will be number 3, Charlie Haskins. So they'll inbound in the backcourt for Charlie. 46 seconds to go. Gets it across to Toshio. Back to Haskins. Lawwell with it on the right wing. Now they find Williams in the paint. He pops, won't go. Rebound loose. Finally picked up by the Mustangs. 32 seconds as they quickly work down low, and a little reverse layup goes. So that being in the hands of Sam Brown. 13-6. Haskins with it. 18 seconds. Toshio in the corner. Gives over to Haskins. Now to Powers. Powers backs it out. 10 seconds. Looks over at Hunter Farrell for some instruction. Haskins, 4 seconds. Gives it to Lawwell. Lawwell checks the clock, throws it up, and that one is going to go out of bounds, and that's how the end of the first will come to a close. We've played one here in Unionville. The defense by the Vikings has been tremendous. They lead 13-6. You're watching community basketball on the Ball Network. Like to welcome everyone back into Unionville, Tennessee, where we're about to get second quarter action underway. Community started out hot, and that's what you want here in district play against a very, very good district foe. So the 7-point lead as we go into the second quarter, as Loretto will have possession. Tidwell will inbound, and Aaron with it momentarily. He gives off to Wilkerson. Wilkerson has it. Looking over at Fisher. A little bit of confusion, I think, there as they were jumbled. Now gives over. Three-pointer. Yes! Three-point basket by Kylan Wilkerson, the senior guard. And now that pass intercepted at the midcourt line by Aaron, but stolen back by Lawwell, who hands off to Williams. 13-9 is our score. Thompson, who just checked in. Three. Yes! Andrew Toshio from downtown, and the score 16-9. Loretto with it. Thompson defensively against Tidwell. Now they'll give to Aaron, who hops. I thought he traveled. He had to. Yes, sir. You can't take two hops. So Mason Tidwell, the senior guard, called for the infraction, and the score now 16-9. Lawwell with it. Gives to Williams. Got to get across his timeline as Williams taking his time. Lawwell finally gets across, and a quick foul called as Lawwell was bumped along the sideline. Well, I guess I'm trying to look and see. I believe that was a foul on Wilkerson. It was called awfully quick. Meanwhile, Toshio travels down in the corner. So a quick turnover. 6:50 to go here until halftime. 16-9 in favor of the good guys. So Mason Tidwell will bring it up. Gives off to Fisher. Fisher now finds Wilkerson. Wilkerson now back over to Fisher. Fisher gets it to Tidwell at the top of the key. Tidwell being guarded closely by Lawwell. Now they'll swing it around the horn. Fisher finds an open Aaron down in the paint, but he elects to not take advantage of it. And now it's stolen away. Lawwell's got it. Can he get grips on it as he slides out of bounds? The young man is too fast for his own sneakers. So good effort, but unfortunately cannot corral the pass. 6:15 to go here in the second quarter. Wilkerson with it for the Mustangs. Coming off a screen set by Brown. Now they've got it over in the corner with Fisher. And that one knocked away by Thompson. And unfortunately he was out of bounds as he continued to try to come down with that basketball. But good defensive effort by Maddox Thompson, just a sophomore. Inbound goes to Jadam Aaron. Has it at the top of the key. Wilkerson now gives down to Tidwell. Tidwell being guarded closely by Powers. Tidwell, oh my word, and he is getting very frustrated as that is going to be a call, an offensive foul. As Hill was trying to check in, maybe I missed that. Was that not an offensive foul? There's nothing called. And I did not see anything from the official. Had to have motioned something, maybe a travel. I apologize. I missed that as I was looking to see Mason Hill trying to check into the basketball game. Toshio, meanwhile, gives to Powers, to Lawwell, back to Toshio. Three-pointer. Bottom! Andrew Toshio with a hot hand. Somebody get that kid an oven mitt. He's going off. It's 19-9 as Wilkerson has it as we approach the 5-minute mark. 10-point lead by the good guys. Tidwell, I thought he traveled, but instead a foul is going to be called. That one on Lawwell. I believe that is going to be his second. He was about to check out anyways as number 21, Mason Hill, the sophomore, getting his first action of the night. So now we have Toshio, Hill, Williams, Thompson, and Powers. Step back three, won't go. Rebound loose, taken by a running Toshio. Toshio going to pull up and wait for the troops. Gives over to Williams. Williams now with it on the right wing. Gives over to Toshio. Tashio finds Hill. Hill looking for Powers. Powers down low to Thompson. Thompson, yes, gets the friendly roll. The nice little jumper. He pops and it drops. The score 21-9. Tidwell swings it over. And that is to Burleson, who checked in earlier. I apologize, did not call out his name when I should have. Burleson now with it. Drives the baseline into a triple team. Picks up his dribble. Finally gives to Wilkerson. Three-pointer. Bottom. Nice shot. Kylan Wilkerson. And he is the Batman of this team, as that one is knocked away. Wilkerson with it. Three-pointer. And that one misses the mark. Hits the front of the rim. Tidwell, now he'll try. Yes. 6-point swing right there, and the score 21-15. Got to calm down, just get it across the timeline. Thompson, there's nobody with him. Thompson drives, kicks it out. Williams swings it. Hill, top of the key. Yes! Three-pointer by the sophomore, Mason Hill, and the score 24-15. So a little bit of an answer back by the purple and gold. Wilkerson swings over to Burleson. They swing it down low, finally get it to Brown, and that was blocked. Thompson got a hand on it. They're going to call him for the foul, but not bad defense by the sophomore. So Thompson called for his first infraction. He'll send Sam Brown, the sophomore, to the line, and that free throw goes down. Meanwhile, Carson Boyce will check in for Thompson. And into the ballgame for the first time tonight is Callan James. He is the freshman point guard. And I believe we're going to have someone checking in for Brown, the shooter, as well, as that one is off the mark, so he cannot check in, that being Saber Franklin. So Williams with it, brings it across, finding Hill, three-pointer, and that one off the mark. Rebound goes to Tidwell. So Tidwell will bring it across the timeline, finds Wilkerson, three-pointer, and that one off the mark. Rebound by flying Burleson, comes out of nowhere, but he can't get the basket to go, and the rebound has been corralled by Mason Hill. They'll give it back to Hill, gives to Williams. Williams dribbles, gives over to Tashio, back to Williams. Williams drives in the paint, puts it up, and won't go. Rebound is knocked away from Boyce as Tidwell has it. Tidwell will drive, and a foul is called as it was knocked away by Hill. So obviously the foul on the floor, and who is it going to be against, Mr. Official? So Powers will pick up his first as he checks out, and into the basketball game will be back Charlie Haskins, and number 42, Saber Franklin, finally is able to check in after the action finally calms down. And Tidwell, did he travel? No, a foul on the floor as he was moving the pivot foot quite freely, but drew some contact from Jackson Williams. So he picks up his first, but more importantly, it is the fourth team foul here with 2:45 to go. Inbound, Burleson with it, being guarded by Haskins. Now Burleson will take a look over at head coach Greg Tips. They get a little bit of instruction, and now Wilkerson looks back as well, as Wilkerson will hand off to Tidwell. So now they'll set things up. Tidwell drives, slips a little bit, gives off to Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives in the paint, and that one, yes! A little kiss off the glass as he avoids the arm that went up in the air and was able to get it to go in off the square. 24-18 our score as Charlie Haskins brings it across, gives off to Jackson Williams. Williams to Tashio. Tashio drives. Nice look to Boyce, who can't contain it. Finally gets grips on it, puts it up. Yes! The kiss off the glass. And the big man gets two as we go under 2 minutes. Wilkerson gives off to Tidwell. Tidwell, little floater, and that one does not get the friendly roll. And I believe over the back was number 42, Franklin. We shall see. Regardless, it belongs to the purple and gold, but the foul is going to be called on Franklin. So with 1:47 to go, an 8-point lead by the home squad. And indeed, that foul was called on Franklin. As that one is inbounded, Haskins able to tiptoe the sideline and get it over to Williams, who gives back to Haskins. Now they'll get it to Toshio. Toshio has it to Hill. Back to Toshio, sets him up for a three. And that one off the mark, too strong, hits the back of the iron, rebound Loretto. So coming back with it is Tidwell. Tidwell drives, and yes, off the glass. Nice shot over Boyce. And the lead cut to 6. 120 to go in the first half. It's been a great one so far here in Unionville. Haskins short, but he drew contact, and Charlie Hustle will go to the line. So the foul called on Kylan Wilkerson, the senior guard, and that free throw goes down as Powers and Lawwell will come back in. Hill and Boyce getting good quality minutes as those two young men check out and head towards the bench. 27-20 our score. Haskins, second free throw, get in there, yes. Gets that friendly roll. He tickles the twine, and the score 28-20. Tidwell brings it across the timeline as we approach the 1 minute mark. So we have 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. They get it down low, and Haskins smartly backs off, does not want to draw that third foul. And Burleson with it. Burleson takes it up, drew some contact, puts it up off the square over Toshio. And Haskins gets to Lawwell, who takes a peek at the clock. 40 seconds. 6-point lead by the Vikings. And timeout, head coach Hunter Farrell. So the 6-point lead, we'll take the break with them. You're watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network. So 36 seconds to go until we have the halftime break, and this game is everything that we thought it would be. Two teams battling out, desperately needing a district win, and this would go a long way towards someone trying to get into the postseason. So 33 seconds as Haskins has it in the backcourt, gives off to Williams. Williams will swing it over to Lawwell. Lawwell now to Haskins. Haskins gives over to Toshio, who quickly gives back to Charlie. 17 seconds. Charlie looks up at the scoreboard. Now he'll back it out. 12 seconds. Williams to Haskins. Powers sets a screen. Haskins drives, puts it up, and a foul has been called, I believe, on Burleson. We shall wait and see. And Mr. Official is going to credit that infraction to number 25, Cooper Burleson, the freshman shooting guard, as Haskins will toe the mark, and the free throw is good. End of the ball game will be Mason Hill, along with Loretto making a substitution, getting Kylan Wilkerson back into the ball game. Haskins will toe the mark for the second attempt and gets it to rattle home. And actually checking in for Haskins will be Zachary Leathers, the senior. So Haskins will get a little bit of an extra breather before we go to the half. 5 seconds. Tidwell with it. Tidwell drives, puts it up. That one too strong, and that will bring the first half to a close. So, happy to report, Community leads it 30-22. We'll take the break. We'll be back with second quarter action. You're watching Community Viking basketball on the Ball Network.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Vikings this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your ensemble. Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good.
So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Vikings this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your ensemble. Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good.
So Sudbury, located at 617 Parson Road in Shelbyville, Tennessee, is your one-stop shop for everything purple and gold. The Spirit Store has all things in every sport. Do you need new gear with the new community logos? So Sudbury has you covered. They have the new logos on all items and anything else you can imagine. So Sudbury, when it comes to quality, it must be so.
And we'd like to welcome everyone back into the Roger Kent Brothers Gymnasium here in Unionville, Tennessee, where our score at the half is 30-22 in favor of Community, as we're about to get the second half underway. And if you missed any of the action from the first, you can always go back and watch this later on. It'll be on Facebook tonight, along with 30 days after. But basically, you have missed the Andrew Toshio show, as he is the young man with the hot hand in the first half. But all around, if you had a most valuable player, it would go to the entire team, because the defense has been the key in the first half. It has been tremendous. If we keep that going, then we should be happy at the end of the night. So Community will have possession to start the third quarter. And Haskins with it in the backcourt, being guarded closely by number 3, Kylan Wilkerson. And finally a foul is called because Wilkerson was a little too close. So checking in now will be number 22, Grant Fisher, who comes in for the aforementioned Kylan Wilkerson. as Haskins comes off a little bit of a screen, gets it to Tashio, drives, puts it up, and draws the foul. He can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for 2. So Burleson picks up his second foul on the Tashio drive, the free throw, and that one too strong off the back of the iron. 7:43 to go, just underway here in the third quarter. Tashio, that second attempt, bottom. So the score, 31-22, as Tidwell has it. A little bit of pressure from the Vikings as they get it back to Tidwell, who hands off to Burleson, who gets it to Fisher, and had a wide open gentleman underneath, that being number 42, Franklin. But luckily, again, as we mentioned, the defense to the rescue as it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Loretto. So Burleson with it. Tidwell, nice look, nice finish. Haskins will bring it across the line. And he will get that one off to Lawwell. Lawwell gives to Williams. They swing it around. Haskins drives. Got his defender in the air. Now gives off to Powers, who gives to Lawwell. Lawwell drives in the paint. Kicks to Powers. Three-pointer. Bottom! Nothing but the bottom of the net. And a 10-point lead by the purple and gold. Fisher will bring it across the timeline. And what a defensive play by Tashio. And then they strip it. On the floor is Lawwell. It's a rugby scrum. And the possession arrow will belong to the Mustangs. So no lack of effort by anyone in white tonight, as they are fighting for every loose ball. Loretto with it. Number 1, James, gives off to Burleson. Burleson drives baseline, drew contact, but it was stripped away. Loretto still with it. Tidwell over to James, and that one knocked away, intercepted. And Lawwell, yes! The kiss off the glass. And the largest lead of the night, it's 36-24. Burleson will bring it across, and he was forced out of bounds by Williams, as he will be the guilty party as a blocking foul is called. So Williams picks up his second foul, and that is the first team foul of this period. Burleson with it. Looking, and just a bad idea, but luckily was able to get it to Franklin. Franklin spin move, puts it up, yes. He threw into a lot of traffic, but luckily it found its way into the hands of Saber Franklin, and Loretto gets on the board. Williams drives, paint, loses it. Burleson with it. Back comes Burleson, hands off, blocked by Tashio, but Fisher stayed with it, gets his rebound and puts it up and in, 36-28. Meanwhile, Tashio gives to Lawwell. Lawwell drives, kicks to Tashio. Tashio drives baseline, cut off. Gives it over to Haskins. Haskins had his defender up in the air, but then gives a cross-court pass to Williams. Williams now to Lawwell, and it's getting a little stagnant, so there's a timeout by head coach Hunter Farrell. So we'll take a quick break with them. 5:26 to go here in the third. It's a full timeout. Vikings basketball on the Ball Network. And welcome back in. Williams inbounds to Lawwell. Lawwell will back it out. Gives over to Haskins. 5:20 to go here in the third. 8-point lead by the home squad. Tashio swings over to Lawwell. Lawwell backs it out, gives to Haskins. Haskins now back to Lawwell, back to Haskins. Haskins dribbles down and gives it over to Tashio, who faked the pass to Lawwell, now gives to Williams. Williams with it. And he will pick up his dribble. Gives to Haskins. Haskins gets his defender in the air, puts it up, and the kiss off the glass as Haskins knocks it home, and we have regained that 10-point lead. Burleson with it, and a bad pass as he overshot the intended Aaron, and then a quick 2 points by Lawwell, and the score 40-28. So Aaron will give it over to Burleson. Now Fisher with it on the right wing. They'll swing it across. Aaron has it, now drives the paint, kicks Burleson. Thought about it, now he'll drive, and he'll kick it back over. And now Burleson gives to Fisher. Fisher finds Tidwell. Tidwell drives, and that one will not go, but he draws the contact from Powers, and will go to the line for 2. So the second infraction for Josh Powers, as we have a couple of gentlemen that are about to check in, as that free throw will not go. So Carson Boyce is going to check in, as Tashio will have a seat. And then number 1, Colin James, the freshman, will check in for Loretto, as Burleson will have a seat. So the second free throw is up and good by Tidwell, and the score 40-29. A little bit of pressure from the Mustangs. Haskins, though, across the timeline. Gives to Lawwell. Lawwell, quick as a hiccup, gives over to Powers. Powers back to Lawwell. Back to Powers. They'll swing it around the horn. And almost lost it out of bounds. And they indeed throw it away as it goes into the hands of James. James looks over and finds Springer, who traveled, but it was not called. Gives it back to James. James has it picked away by Lawwell. Was able to regroup. And now it's in the hands of Aaron, who gives it off to Fisher. Now back to Aaron. Aaron being guarded closely by Lawwell. Then Haskins comes over to help. Now Fisher, cross pass. Now they get it down in the corner. Tidwell splits the defense and gets it to go. Mason Tidwell, the senior, 2 points off the square. And the lead cut to 9. Lawwell being guarded closely by Springer. Gives over to Haskins. Haskins directing the group. Haskins drives, scoops, won't go, and rebound is going to go to number 23, Jaden Aaron. So Jaden with it, and he will give off to Springer, who gives to Fisher. Now back to Springer. Aaron got up in the air. Finally was able to get it over to Tidwell, who misses the 3, but it's stripped away by Grant Fisher, who then will hand off to Jada Marin, and they'll get things set up. Springer popped free at the top of the key, swings it across. Fisher with it, or excuse me, Aaron with it. Aaron drives in the paint and looks for Tidwell, 3-pointer, and that one off the mark. Rebound Powers, trying to get it out to Lawwell. Lawwell, and the fans wanted a travel call. Meanwhile, it's to Haskins. Haskins puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes to James. James will get it over to Aaron. Aaron gets it to Tidwell. Tidwell drives in the paint and draws a lot of contact. He'll go to the line. The foul could be on Powers, could be on Boyce. I'm not sure. And Carson Boyce is going to be the guilty party. So only the first foul on Carson. Under 2 minutes to go, 9-point lead as Tidwell cannot get the free throw to go down. As it looks like Fisher will check out, and back into the ball game for Loretto is number 30, Sam Brown. So Tidwell toes the mark. The second attempt is good. And checking in for Community is number 12, Zachary Leather. So the senior will check in for the other senior, Josh Powers. So he'll get a breather as we are under the 2-minute mark. here in the third quarter. 8-point lead by the good guys. Leathers with it, gives to Haskins. Haskins over to Lawwell. Lawwell drives, leaves it for Boyce. Nice look. And he went with the reverse and could not get it to go, but a foul has been called. And I don't believe the fans in black agree, but the foul has been called against Sam Brown. And that is his first. Both teams now with 3 team fouls. Boyce will go to the line for the free throw attempt, and that one is up and good. Meanwhile, checking in for the Mustangs, 25, Burleson. Number 1, James will have a seat, as Boyce will toe the mark for the second attempt. And quickly, Wilkerson trying to sneak in at the scores table. There was a lane violation by someone, as Wilkerson will check back in for Loretto. Not sure who the violation was on. So our score, 41-32, 1:35 to go here in the third. As Aaron will bring it up, gives off to Burleson. Now they'll swing it around the horn as it finds its way back to Burleson. Picks up his dribble, gives to Wilkerson. Wilkerson back. Burleson, left wing, looking down low. Nice give. Can't finish as Brown. Tidwell couldn't get the rebound. Ball is loose. He finally does get it over to Wilkerson, who gives to Aaron, but that one almost stolen away by Lawwell. Burleson, 3, and that one's off the mark. Rebound, Tidwell. Tidwell puts it up. Yes. Good effort by the gentleman in black. Boyce with it. Gives off to Lawwell. 51 seconds to go here in the third. 41-34 is our score. Haskins with it. Swings it over. Lawwell. Lawwell going to drive in the paint. Kicks it to Williams. Williams, Leathers, Haskins. 35 seconds now. Williams back to Haskins. And I believe they're going to pull it back, as they are indeed going to go for that last possession. As we go around the horn, good ball movement. Haskins with it, 20 seconds now. Lawwell drives, Lawwell floater, and that one's short of the mark. Rebound goes to Burleson. So didn't quite hold it for the entire possession there to the buzzer. So now let's see what the black and gold elect to do. 5 seconds. Wilkerson's going to have to put it up. Burleson at the buzzer. Yes! Cooper Burleson, the freshman, gets it to go before time expires. And ladies and gentlemen, as we go to the fourth, we've got a ball game. Our score 41-37. You're watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Vikings this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
And welcome back in. Fourth quarter action here in Unionville, Tennessee. Community with possession of the basketball as Haskins brings it across the timeline. Community with the 4-point lead. As at one point it was double digits, but it has dwindled down, so good effort by the Mustangs. Haskins in the paint. Leathers with it momentarily, now gives back to Haskins. Now Coach Hunter Farrell yelling out some instructions from the sideline. The screen was set by Thompson. Williams all alone, three-pointer. And that one rattles out. Thompson can't quite get his hands on it as Wilkerson comes away with it. Gives to Fisher. Good ball movement. They get it down low. The big man. And he cannot get it to go, but he'll go to the charity stripe for 2, that being Saber Franklin. So Thompson picks up the foul as Franklin will toe the mark, and the first free throw is good. Back into the ballgame for Loretto is Burleson. Meanwhile, Powers and Toshio will check in for Thompson and Leathers. 7:12 to go in the contest, and Loretto has inched their way back into this one as Franklin toes the mark and gets that one to go. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got a 2-point ball game, as now checking out is Franklin, and back into the ball game is Kason Springer, the senior. So the score, 41-39 as we approach the 7-minute mark. Haskins with it, gives off to Lawwell. Lawwell then will swing it back to Haskins as Williams comes to the top of the key. Now Williams to the free throw line, and then he'll back it out and gives to Haskins on the right wing. Haskins now to Toshio, to Lawwell. Lawwell drove in, then backs out. Haskins to Williams. Williams thought about driving in, dumps off to Toshio. Now back to Haskins. Haskins in the paint, gives over to Lawwell. Lawwell lost it momentarily, but scoops it over to Toshio, who gives back to Williams. Back to Toshio, now to Haskins. 6:20 to go. Haskins drives. I thought he traveled, but we'll take the 2 points, as several sitting in front of me wanted the whistle. They did not get it. The score, 43-39. Springer in the corner. And Tidwell finally ends up with it. And offensive foul! Toshio played a little bit of defense. Slides over. And Tidwell going to be called for the charge. And again, several around me. Of course, we're set up always on the visitor side, but they not agreeing with that, as Lawwell will check out. Back into the ball game for the purple and gold will be number 21, the sophomore Mason Hill. Inbound goes to Haskins. Haskins guarded closely, splits the defense. A foul is called, and Coach Tips is looking at the official saying, "You've got to be kidding me." As I believe that foul is going to be on Jadam Aaron. So Williams, regardless, he'll inbound. Powers with it, gives back to Williams. Williams across the timeline. 5:55 to go. Haskins pulls up. Is that going to count? Counted in a foul! Because, mama, there goes that man. It's 45-39. And again, several folks wearing black and gold cannot believe it. I didn't know if they were going to give them the continuation or not, but they do. And the old-fashioned three-point play goes down for Charlie Hustle, and the score 46-39. Burleson with it. He'll give over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson now has it to Aaron. Back to Burleson. Burleson, Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives, kicks over to Springer. Now Burleson on the right wing, left wing. And they'll finally get it to Wilkerson at the top of the key, who gives over to Aaron. Look at this defense by the purple and gold, not allowing them to get anything. They're trying to penetrate, and they're earning every single pass that they're completing here. As you can hear the crowd behind me roar, the defense just turning it up to another level as we approach the 5-minute mark. And this district matchup, Wilkerson drives the baseline. He draws the foul, as I believe Williams will be the guilty party. So that will be the third foul on Williams, as number 42, Saber Franklin, will check back in. We're going to get a timeout from head coach Greg Tips. We'll take the break with him. 5:03 to go in the contest. 7-point lead by the home team. You're watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network.
Bella Chic Boutique, located at 300 North Britton Street in Shelbyville, Tennessee, offers fabulous style with all the latest fashions. We also offer seasonal attire to celebrate all major holidays. Getting ready for the big game? Yeah, we have you covered there too. We also carry all the items you'll ever need to complete your Couture Ensemble, Bella Chic Boutique. Look good, feel good, dress good.
So welcome back in. We were whistled for play, and now the officials have stopped it. And now here we go. 5:03 as they finally get it to Tidwell. A little bit of a problem inbounding. Burleson with it. Drives. And that should be an offensive foul. Yes, sir, it is! Another example of great defense taking a charge. And that is the fourth foul, I believe, on Burleson. As Powers has it, gives over to Williams. Williams gives to Haskins. 4:50 to go now here in the fourth. Haskins with it. Kicks. Hill had it momentarily, gives off to Williams. Williams now will back it out. 7-point lead for the purple and gold. And Haskins, that's got to be a foul as he was grabbed around the throat. And indeed, the foul going to be called on Jadam Aaron, the senior guard. So 2 fouls on that young man. And that should be the 5th team foul. Yes, it is. So looking down at my notes, but I guess I could have just looked up to see that they were marching over to the charity stripe. So Haskins, yes. Free throw's important, and so far we've been knocking them down. As number 11, Kason Springer, the senior forward, back in for Loretto. And that free throw off the back of the iron, doesn't make it. And my apologies, I jinxed us there. As Wilkerson will bring it down. Aaron had it. And I thought he traveled. He throws it away. Toshio with it, gives to Hill. Hill was looking for Haskins, and it's going to go off of Springer, so it will stay with Community. 4:13 to go here in the fourth, 47-39 in a district matchup that is, of course, all of them are important, but this one very important for both of these squads. Williams drives, scoop shot, won't go. Rebound underneath, and it's going to belong to Loretto, as Powers and Franklin were battling over it. So inbound goes to Jadam Aaron. And Aaron across the timeline. Hands over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson to Tidwell to Springer. Back over to Tidwell. Tidwell, Springer, corner. 3 ball. Won't go for Wilkerson. Rebound loose underneath. Picked away by Haskins. We're under 4 minutes. Powers thought about the jumper from the baseline, thought better of it. And now Haskins with it at the top of the key. Gives off to Williams. Williams, he'll back it out, gives over to Toshio. Toshio leaves it for Haskins. 3.5 minutes to go. Haskins backs it out. Now he'll drive, throws it up, and that hits up against the side of the rim. It won't go. Rebound coming back the other way. Tidwell in the paint, and count the basket, as the foul has been called against Joshua Powers. And the fans in black and gold sarcastically applauding the zebra. As number 22, Grant Fisher, will come back in for Loretto, as number 42, Saber Franklin, will check out. So meanwhile, Mason Tidwell will go to the line, and the free throw is up and good. So 3 points there quickly for Tidwell. And now the official saying no, sir. Saying he did not check in time. And now Coach Tips having some words with the official to my right. But they deny James to come into the basketball game. So meanwhile, Hill with it, brings it across the timeline as we are approaching the 3-minute mark, and we're going to have a timeout, Coach Hunter Farrell. So 3:11 to go here in the basketball game. 5-point lead. We'll take the break. It's Viking basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in. 3:11 to go here in the fourth, unless we see some overtime. Looking over things, no one really in foul trouble other than Loretto's Cooper Burleson. He does have 4, but right now he is over on the bench. Everyone else has got either 3 or less, and as soon as I say that, I speak it into existence as Burleson's making his way to the scores table. So Williams with it, and Williams simply hands off to Hill. Hill had it knocked away momentarily, regains it, gives over to Haskins. Haskins now to Williams at the top of the key as we are now under the 3-minute mark. Williams hands off Haskins. Haskins a little bit of trouble, and it's stolen away. And Fisher's got it. Hands off to Aaron. 5-point lead. As number 1, James finally did check in after that timeout. Aaron over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson trying to get it back over to Aaron. He had a wide open look at a 3. Gives to Fisher. Yes! Grant Fisher takes that 3, knocks it down, and only a 2-point lead by the home squad. Williams, Tashio. Tashio back to Williams. Williams drawing a double team, finds Powers underneath. The kiss off the glass. Nice look, and even better finish as we now go under 2 minutes. With Community up by 4. Haskins knocks it away from behind. Ball's loose. Everybody's on the ground. Poke checked away. Comes down in the hands of Haskins. Caught it in the foul. And I apologize if I'm a little too excited. But my goodness, what effort. Charlie Hustle gets it to go down. As Loretto will have 2 gentlemen check in, that being Franklin and Burleson. As Haskins heads to the line, it was 2 points we desperately needed as Hill will come out. So now we've got Tashio, Lawwell, Haskins, Powers, and Williams as we've got the 6-point lead. Wilkerson. And a foul is called. I don't know if that's a little bit of a makeup foul or not. But regardless, Lawwell's going to be called for his 3rd. So that is 4 team fouls, 1 more, and both teams will be in the bonus. So Tidwell with it. He'll swing it over to Aaron. Aaron try to get it back to Tidwell, does. Now he finds a somewhat open Wilkerson, and that ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the purple and gold, and the people in front of me are irate as Hill will check in for Lawwell. Meanwhile, Loretto trying to get in a couple of players. That would be Springer and Fisher, as Burleson and Franklin will check out. But my goodness, what a night to be an official. It's a tough, thankless job. And trust me, we've got some tonight that will not be receiving Christmas cards from Loretto, Tennessee. 51-45, 1:21 to go here in the contest. Haskins with it, being guarded closely by Tidwell. Now draws the double team, splits 3 defenders, puts it up, and it won't go. He draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. So that foul going to be on Fisher, I do believe. And I've got that down as only his 1st. As now back into the game will be Burleson and Franklin as, well, my apologies, as Springer checked out. I did not catch who the other gentleman was that checked out. As Hill now will come out of the basketball game. Back in is Lawwell. So 1:10 to go, 7-point lead by the good guys. Wilkerson with it, almost lost the handles, gives over to Tidwell. Tidwell, and he gives it back to Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives, tripped up, foul called. And I believe that's going to be on Haskins, but we shall wait and see. And that is the third on Haskins, and that is unbelievable to an extent. He picked up 2 early ones in this contest and has played the entire rest of the game clean until the 57-second mark here in the fourth. Meanwhile, number 3, Kylan Wilkerson gets that one to go down, and we're going to have the flip-flop substitution that we've been having on offense and defense. Burleson and Franklin will come out, and back into the ball game will be Fisher and Springer. That free throw goes. Timeout, Coach Greg Tips, as Hill will check back in for community. It's a 30-second timeout. You're watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network. So welcome back in. We've got quite the barn burner as everyone anticipated. And if you're just now joining us, where have you been? 57 seconds to go. It is a 5-point lead for the Community Vikings. And for Community will be Powers, Hill, Haskins, Toshio, and Williams. Tidwell, Wilkerson, Fisher, Aaron, and Springer. And that one is stolen away off the inbound. Tidwell with it. Tidwell puts it up. Yes. Off the square, so they steal a cheap one. And Haskins traveled. And it's getting very loud on this side of the gymnasium as Loretto smells blood in the water. They have trimmed this thing down to 3. 45 seconds to go. They have possession of the basketball. Tidwell with it. Gives over to Fisher. Fisher's got it in the corner, being guarded closely by Toshio. Now they'll get it to Springer, over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson drives, spin move, jumper, yes! Timeout! Coach Tips. 52-51 is our score. You better come back. You don't want to miss this one. You're watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network.
Home isn't just where you live, it's where you belong. It's your people, your school, and your community. That's why I'm proud to support our community Vikings and Vikings this season. Even if I can't shoot like them, I can still sell your house.
So welcome back in. 34.8 seconds to be exact left here in the fourth quarter in Unionville, Tennessee, with this district matchup between the visiting Loretto Mustangs and your hometown Community Vikings. Interestingly enough, Loretto has been part of 2 buzzer beaters. They've been on the right end of one and they've been on the wrong end of one. Well, we need them to be on the wrong end of one again tonight. But hopefully it doesn't come down to trying to get some points at the buzzer, as we lead it 52-51. We have possession of it, full court press, and the referee comes in, and a foul has been called as there was a hold on the far side of the court. And I'm waiting to see if the coaches are going to lose their minds, because the fans are. A foul has been called, and that is going to be the 5th foul, I believe, on Wilkerson. And the officials getting an earful. Coach Tips is going to have to watch himself, as Wilkerson doesn't need to come out of the game. He has fouled out. Meanwhile, Burleson comes back in, and Coach Tips doesn't want to cost his team an opportunity with something silly like a technical foul. And free throws, oh so important, as Mason Hill comes in with ice water in his veins. He knocks that one down. The second attempt And that one rims out. 53-51, 2-point lead by the Vikings. Aaron across the timeline with it. Gives it over to Springer. Springer back to Aaron. Aaron now back to Springer. Burleson in the corner. Burleson hemmed up in a double team. Now they give it off to Tidwell. Tidwell loses his balance. Stolen away by Toshio. 15 seconds. Hill's got it. He'll back it out. Powers, Toshio, he's grabbed. We'll go to the free throw line. And ladies and gentlemen, we can put the hay in the barn if we can knock some down from the charity stripe. The foul on Jadam Aaron. Toshio toes the mark. The free throw, bottom. 3-point lead with 9 seconds. Lawwell going to try to check in. I don't know if he got to the table in time. The free throw, give it to him. Hill will check out. Don't forget that young man's effort tonight, along with that crucial free throw that he had moments ago. 55-51, 8 seconds. Tidwell drives in, three-pointer, and that one off the mark. Ball loose, picked up by Burleson. Burleson a three, won't go, but it doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a winner. Final score, Community 55, Loretto 51. You can put us in the victory column in the district. So as they shake hands, we'll tell you again our final score, 55-51. The purple and gold come away with the victory. We will see you again Tuesday night as we travel to Chapel Hill. We'll take on those Forest Rockets and see what we can do with them. So again, our final score, I'm happy to say, is 55-51 in favor of the purple and gold. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. For Bill Knowles on the camera, I'm David Knowles. You've been watching Viking basketball on the Ball Network.